welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the stream if you have been here before. If you have not been here before, my name is Crafty Rebel, and today we are doing some cooking. I will give a warning at the very beginning of the stream. I'm just having I am having a day. My brain fog is definitely kicking in. The reason why I was a little bit late to stream is because I was still sat at the computer doing about 50 different things, on like so many tabs and just not paying attention, and then suddenly I realised that it was like 10 to 12 and I hadn't set anything up. So yeah. And then I tried to set up the camera and I was like, why is it not turning on? And realised that I hadn't actually shut the battery case. So it was not connecting. Yeah, that would make sense. So, yeah, it's one of those days. I will try not to set fire to the kitchen, but I cannot guarantee that there will be chaos free. So welcome into Oggy, to Rapid Razor, hello, to Everlops, and to Midnight May. Midnight May, hi, welcome in. Have you changed your username? I have a feeling that I may know who that is. But hi everybody. Real life plate up. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much gonna be plate up. I was gonna say overcooked, but there isn't anyone to run in here and slap me, fortunately. So yeah, a little bit less. A little bit more like plate up than over. But welcome into everyone. I hope you're all doing well. How are you doing today? I hope your Thursdays are slightly less chaotic. I did have to think for a second there what day it was. Thankfully, you don't have the same bug as The Sims, so shouldn't be any fires. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping for minimal pyrotechnics today. But yes. Okay, so I should probably tell you what we're cooking. I know it is in the title, but I'll tell you anyway. We are currently, as you can see, there is an array of stuff behind me. Currently, I am going to make some, so similar to the coconut ice cream I made before, I am making a coconut base, but this one is going to have chocolate. And I will show you the very nice Asda chocolate that I bought. Other shops are available, but I bought the finest. Mostly because I was like, this is actually the nicest. I felt like it was the nicest flavor profile that would work with this. Don't know yet. It's only 7 a.m. You know what? That is fair. And also, thank you for being here at 7 a.m. midnight. I appreciate that. Yes, extra special. I did then also go into Aldi, and they have the exact same one for like slightly less, but it also says it's a slightly different flavor profile. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I believe. You definitely have no. But yes, so we are going to add some of this to the coconut ice cream, sort of make like a bounty ice cream, sort of the coconut and chocolate. This one is also a vegan chocolate. So just as an FYI for anyone that fancies making this recipe at some point, it is entirely vegan with the exception of well, depends on how specific you get, but the only exception is the sugar that I use, not branded as vegan. So that's the only thing that would be. But yeah, just as an interesting thing. So yeah, we're gonna make the coconut chocolate ice cream, and then I am also going to make a batch of chili con carne. Because I was rummaging around in the freezer and I was like, I need to start emptying the freezer for certain cooler times of the year. I don't want to say the C word, but for festivities, So I'm trying to sort of batch cook things and get stuff out of the way. But yeah, so we're doing that, and then to finish off, hopefully we'll have enough time, but to finish off, I am also making a pizza. The dough is in the fridge already, like it's already sort of, I pre-assembled the dough, shall we say. So that has actually been proving overnight, so it'll be interesting to see how that one tastes. But that's going to be my dinner, so I'm leaving that one to the last, to the very last one, because then as soon as I turn off the stream, I'm gonna go eat it. Excited to see how it turns out. Sounds delicious. Excellent. I am glad. For spooky season, obvs. Yes, definitely. Well, actually, yes, technically for spooky. Hey, Sketty, welcome in. Hello. Yeah, in fairness, I do need to do so for spooky season. I don't know whether or not obviously I'm new to this area. I don't know if they do trick-or-treating around here, so I might just like buy a token bowl of sweets and just leave them on the bench outside and turn off all the lights, because I ain't dealing with that. When you say the C word, you mean cooler? Yes, I do. Okay, well, I will start with the ice cream because that needs to cool down. I don't think I'll be going on long enough for it to cool all the way down to get it churning today, but that's probably a good thing because, in fairness, the ice cream maker is very loud. I can't hear it because these noise-cancelling headphones are fantastic, but I don't want to make you guys all suffer that noise. So, yeah, we are going to put my handy recipe like just under the camera here, so if I'm looking in this direction and not at you guys, that will be why. Okay, so we need our coconut milk. I'll bring the stuff over here so you can actually see what I'm doing. What flavour are you making? So, Sketty, I am making, so the recipe is with coconut milk, so I am working on that, and we are going to make a Bounty-esque ice cream. I'm going to make chocolate and coconut ice cream, and I'm very excited to see how this goes, because I just love that flavour. So we've got all of our stuff over here. I realised that I got out the scales, I don't need them. This is all in cup measurement. Probably also bring this over. This is probably my most favourite kitchen gadget of late. It's supposed to be a little milk frother. I don't know how well you can see. It's a little milk frother. I got this for like £6, and so far it has been really handy for making coffees, making gravy, mixing sauces is a great one. Yeah, if you ever need to like make a sauce and mix it together and you can't be bothered to whisk it, this is fantastic. Buy yourselves a milk frother. It hardly ever does the job that I actually bought it for. Accessibility hack, yes, because it's great. So yeah, that's my little secret. Right, the recipe is in front of me. I should probably read that. Like I said, we're having one of those days, so bear with me. Trying to figure out if Bounty ice cream is a UK term or if I'm just uncultured American. So Bounty is a candy bar that we have over here. It's coated in. It's basically coconut coated in chocolate. So it's sort of like I don't describe what the coconut's like. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say like a fudge made out of coconut, but I don't feel like that really describes it very well. But yeah, it's basically just like coconut and then it's melted, like coated in chocolate. So it's really nice. I'm not describing it very well at all. But yeah, that's what it means by bounty. Technically, bounty is the make, so we can't call it that. So I will, for legal purposes, it is a chocolate coconut ice cream or choconut if you want to be, fancy. Wait, do you get frothy gravy? No, fortunately not. As well because the gravy's quite thick, it doesn't froth. It also, so I actually saw a Instagram video and it sort of explains how to use it better with the frother. Is that if you're frothing milk, you want the actual whisk part about an inch below the surface of the milk, and that's actually what froths it. Because if you just like stick it all the way to the bottom of the jug, it'll aerate it, but it doesn't actually froth. And I was like, oh, that's fascinating. I never knew that. There's like a certain depth to it. It's a skill, and it's why I would never be a barista, because man, this stuff is hard. Okay, so we want 940ml of coconut milk. So that is 2 of these tins, plus a little bit out of the third one. Don't want to put that. Well, actually, in fairness, I can just dump 2 of these out. Okay. I will go silent briefly while I check the directions. So if I remember correctly, this made just enough, just the perfect amount for the ice cream machine. I'm hoping with the added chocolate that won't cause too much. There. Then all in there, and then about half cup and put it back. So this is the only problem, is that obviously because it only uses some of the milk, because it only uses some of the milk from the third, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Dumping those. I will also just mute while I mix this up because it has separated. Okay. Definitely. was. I took some. Go. That is our coconut milk tea. I'll put that in the okay. Let's check on chat. Most of my non-American knowledge is either Mexico or oddly Hungary. But bonus points because I understand the metric system. I mean, yeah, bonus points for knowing the metric system and knowing Celsius, because both of those, yeah, they're easier. Like, I still don't understand the Fahrenheit thing. I wish I did. But the conversion measurement for it is just, in my book, is absolutely ludicrous. So, fair play to you for being able to figure that out. Also, Hungary is an interesting one, definitely. Heston Blumenthal would charge 500 for a bit of frothy gravy. Or... I hate that is so true. Just realised we actually do need the scales. Then we want on away the sugar. Bit low on sugar, so. I blame that entirely on making far too many cakes recently. Okay, so we have our coconut milk, we have our sugar, one bit of salt. I'm not going to add in, I actually, when I made this, it didn't taste as salty as I feel like it could have. I think but I'm not going to add in more because the chocolate itself has salt in it. So I don't want to add too much of this now because I know that'll affect the chocolate will affect it later. Okay. So I want to put in the sugar first. This is the only time I would bother being precise, is because I want to make sure that the sugar melts. It does have a unit measurement on there. I season by feelings. Yeah, so this is the only time that I would actually pay attention. So I say that since I'm opening the cap for the essence, and I don't want to put it in yet. That's what I was saying. Don't want to put it in just yet because I need the sugar to be melted first. Otherwise, if you put the essence in, like the flavouring essence in too soon, it'll all cook off, and then it won't have any coconutty taste. Like the coconut milk does still have a taste to it, but it's not very strong. And obviously, once we put in the chocolate, it definitely won't be able to taste anything. So that's why I am doing it with extra coconut extract, because the original recipe says vanilla. but I want coconut ice cream, not vanilla coconut ice cream. I have a way to explain it. If you think of Fahrenheit as a percentage of heat to humans, it makes a lot more sense. Like 32, which is... spatula's running away. Which is 0 degrees is cold, but humans can deal with it. Like 32% of 100 Fahrenheit is, or about 38 C, is 100% hot, and you need something to cool you down. That is an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah. I think it was just initially like, the way that I've seen it is like, oh, you times it by this number and then divide it by that or something. And I was like, ew, maths. No. Everybody just use the same system and then we won't have a problem. That's just my feelings. So what is everybody up to today? Hey, Crazy Parrot Crafts, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I agree. It would be better if we had a universal system. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, what's everyone's plans for this Thursday? This wonderful Thursday that it is. I mean, besides cooking, in fairness, mine is literally eating pizza and playing games later, which I'm very much looking forward to. Recently got into playing Elite Dangerous, which is actually really fun. Love the space exploration, and all of my well, mostly just been hauling missions, just intergalactic delivery. So while that is working, I'm just gonna put some corn flour in with the rest of this milk. It's 1.5 tablespoons. Just wanted to triple check that I had read that correctly before I dump in an entire tablespoon and realise it was teaspoons. It's been a long while since I made that mistake, but you know, never hurts to check. I'm glad you guys can't see the work surface just here, because yeah, they a bit of a mess. Working but off next week. Oh, nice. Are you doing anything exciting with your week off? Okay, so I think that is all dissolved. Again, we're just going to get the whisk back to mix in this corn flour. Go. Those all nice and mixed together now. Today mostly relaxing while watching Thursday Murder Club film. How's work tonight though? Ooh, sounds like an interesting film. Oh, you're going to see Chaz and Ollie this weekend. Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. Oh, bless her. How are you doing with the little one? I can't believe I've still not come down to see you. Like, I definitely would love to at some point. Try and make some arrangements. Have no plans, just vibes, probably some dishes. That is fair. Vibes and dishes. That sounds good. Film's based on a book by Richard Osman. Oh, nice. That sounds cool. Okay. Add the extracts. So, initially I did 1 teaspoon of this and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I am just going with 2 full teaspoons of this. Because again, we want to build on the coconut flavour. I don't care so much about the vanilla. I do like vanilla, but I definitely want a very coconut ice cream. Especially again, as we're adding in the chocolate, I sort of want to make sure that those flavours are equally distinguishable. So just gonna throw that in. And then I'm going to pour all this in, and while it thickens, I am going to melt the chocolate down in the microwave. I'm almost a little bit hesitant with that bit. I hate doing the microwave method. But unfortunately I don't have a glass bowl. I mean, I have this. I don't think that would work. So I'm just going to move everything out of the way. I don't know how much of this chocolate to do, but I'm gonna say probably about half of it. It's a 100-gram bar, so I would say 50 grams is probably a decent amount. They're all thereabouts. I will, however, measure it before I put it in the microwave, just so that I know. It even looks really pretty. I don't know how well you can see that because the screen has gone off on the camera. Yeah, it's got like nice little. Yeah, it is melting in my hands a little bit. Yeah, it's got like little yeah, like cocoa symbols on it. Each one of those squares is apparently 10 grams. Good to know. And at least then, by not putting all of it in, I have another shot if this goes wrong. Yeah, I absolutely hate doing the microwave method. Fun fact, not so fun for the microwave, I did manage to set fire to a microwave once by doing this, so let's hope that we don't have a second one. Doing well, love her so much. Turned 17 months yesterday. Oh my god. No way. No way it's been 17 months already. Chocolate is almost done. That is good chocolate. Just gotta test it, you know. Gotta know what you're gotta know what you're making. Children do tend to turn up the difficulty on making plans. Yep. Yeah, it's got a little cocoa bean pattern in it. Okay. We have melted chocolate and the microwave is still intact. I think that is already a success. Even if this turns out to be absolute terrible combination or terrible ice cream, I've at the very least made it through the first hurdle of not setting the kitchen on fire with the chocolate. So, and with it being a brand new microwave as well, I would be devastated. Definitely would not want to have to explain that to the home insurance guys either. Wait, not sure if I've actually had the chance to update you guys yet. Bought my first home with my husband. Oh, yay! Congratulations, Midnight. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy for you both. That is fantastic to hear. No, I've disappeared for like a year or two. My bad. You know what? That is totally fair. In honesty, yeah, like life has been lifing. Honestly, I would not hold it against you at all. For needing to go off and, you know, deal with such things. Okay, we're going to turn this off. Now, this is the only thing, because obviously this is a recipe for the coconut ice cream and hot chocolate. I don't know specifically when to put the chocolate in, but I'm just going to sort of mix it about, cool it down for a sec, and then put the chocolate in and stir it very quickly. Basically, I don't want to... The chocolate was already melted, I don't want to cook the chocolate. Just want to make sure that it's all mixed in. This is honestly the bit where having like an extra set of hands is useful, but we'll make do. stir this in, and hopefully if I've done this properly, it won't all make an absolute mess. Mist chocolate and things used to make for us. Well, I mean, I am currently going through my Christmas plans. Oh dear, the chocolate seems to have sort of clumped together. I might just give this a quick mix with the frother, just so that all of the chocolate gets incorporated. But yeah, I'm currently working on some ideas for my festive creativities, shall we say. So I might just have to send you some chocolates. I'm just going to gonna mute while I whisk this. Lovely. So that is our lovely chocolatey mix all done. I'm not even gonna attempt to like hold it up for you guys, but yeah, that is our chocolate coconutty goodness in a bowl right there. I'm just gonna, all of that stuff is clean. Like, this is a clean Tupperware. Just threw all that stuff in there earlier. So I'm just going to transfer it into here so that it cools down quicker. That I just tried some out of that pan, and yeah, I think I'm gonna need to make another batch of that. That is delicious. I am glad that I have no guests right now, because they wouldn't be getting any of it. Welcome in, lad. Hello, hello. How are you doing, lad? Okay, so that is the chocolate coconut ice cream done. It's gonna wipe down now, because I've made quite a mess, and I need to clean this all off. Chili. So that is the one thing that I love the most about this induction is how quick it is to clean. Not having to like get between all of the you know, like all around the little rings like you do with gas. So much easier. In fairness, it's still quite new. I think it's maybe about 5 months old now. So it's still fresh enough that like not got any scratches and sticks to it, which is feeling a bit ugh today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, lad. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm tired. And I went to the gym a couple of days ago and I'm still feeling a bit sore and bleh. But yeah, besides that, doing alright. Okay. So our next mission is a big batch of chili. So have our nice sized frying pan. Well, I can't remember what this one's called. Like a saute pan. And then I confess I am being very lazy. I think it was Aldi. I found these. So I'm just gonna add in one of these. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because although I really like chili, I'm not the best at flavouring chili. Mexican food is definitely not a strong point for me. So it is still very new to me and I don't have a lot of spices, so I think this was maybe about 80p at most. So I was like, it would probably actually cost me more to buy all the individual spices than it would be to just buy the packet, and at least then I know everything's in there. Vibrates and texts. Chili mention. Well, hopefully I've not just deeply offended you by my packet mix. It was Infusion Day Tuesday, so maybe Bex are kicking it. Oh, yeah, I imagine that is probably taking its toll a little bit. Okay, so read the instructions for like the third time. We need water. We need tomatoes. We need kidney beans, mince, and we need 2 onions. I have here prepared all of those things on this plate. Well, I have a bit more of the mince, so I do need to measure that out, but these really handy pre-chopped bags that I got were they were reduced, obviously, and they are the perfect portion size of 1 medium onion, and I have 2 of them. So this could not have been a better planned accidentally planned meal, because I literally had all of the stuff that I needed with very little prep, which means I can do it so quickly. So first thing I want to do is portion off some of the mince. Just had a panic then because just saw all these like weird little white fluffy specks on the onion packet. It's because I just dropped low corn flour on it. So we're going to portion some of the off because we have more mince than we actually need for the recipe, and I'm going to attempt to tacos with the other mince because I have these teeny tiny little tortillas. So I'm going to use the rest of the mince. So the one I'm actually using is beef and pork mince. I initially bought this to make meatballs and then kind of forgot that I had it, so I didn't end up making them. But that works out because that means that I get to instead take up 300 grams. Apologise to anyone who might be a bit squeamish about raw meat. And then we're going to put this pan on. Wash my hands. Chili season is tolerable, but are you using beans? Yes. You are using beans. Oh. Are you not a fan of beans in your chili? Yeah, I'm definitely all in for the pre-chopped onions. Usually I have, well actually, I say usually I have about 3 other bags floating around in the freezer right now. I just love getting chopped onions, pre-chopped onions, because it's just so much easier. That, and I usually find that even, like, no matter how much I wash my hands, no matter how much fragrant soap I wash my hands with, I will still have the onion smell on my hands for about 3 days. And yeah, there are some times I just don't want that. I'm not about that life. So I'm just gonna put some oil in. I would imagine that the first thing I'm going to do is fry up the onions. I've kind of ignored the recipe that was on the back of here. Beans aren't really part of traditional chili historically. It was only added later as a way of making a cheap meal and last longer. You know, that is totally fair, and I will say that the only reason why I'm using beans today is for exactly that purpose, because yeah, the meat is the expensive part, but I also do want to add in a bit of fibre and a bit more protein to it, so that is literally the only reason I'm using beans. The question is, how do people feel about putting chocolate in their chili? Because I have heard of that as an idea, and I feel like some people also feel that that is very controversial as well. Hey Abby, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? I'm just gonna... The problem is with this, with the packaging, I don't know how well you can see that, If you can't see that, yeah, that's about as well as I can see it too. Okay, brown the mince and the diced onion, drain off any excess fat. Cool. Probably should have put oil in that pan. Never mind. Okay, so we are going to put in the mince, and then I can get rid of this whole meat thing off of here. I don't like having these packets hanging around. Separate that out a little bit, and then we're going to throw in the onions. Don't actually need the scales because there is nothing more to measure. Everything is in exactly the portions that we need them, which is fantastic. Now these were frozen and have been defrosted, which is why the onions do look a little bit sad. It's just because they were frozen. Yes, I bought these today. Go. Hindsight, I probably should have opened them into a sieve, because there was quite a lot of liquid in the onions, but that's fine. Just means that if I'm not paying attention massively, it's not going to immediately burn and stick to the bottom of the pan. So, score. Just catch up with chat. I heard that chocolate and chilli is really nice, but I can't bring myself to do it. No opinion on it. Had chilli in my choc, that was okay. You know, that is fair. It's controversial, but I've heard peanut butter added to chili is also... That's interesting. Yeah, I mean... I like peanut butter, don't get me wrong. Although I'm less of a fan of things with cooked peanut butter. So, like, I'm not a fan of, like, satay sauce, stuff like that. It's very weird. I just find that cooked peanut butter takes on a very different taste. I love good chili. Ordered sour cream, guacamole, tortillas, all extras for chili this week. Oh, nice! Well, I hope you enjoy your chili, Happy. Yeah, I actually have some guacamole in the fridge. It's one of those things, I've never been a fan of avocados. And then, it was only because I had some, like, I ended up buying some because they were reduced. And I was like, well, it's like, for the sake of 70p, I suppose, I don't know what the equivalent would be in, like, dollars, but yeah, a few cents, basically. I was like, for the sake of that, I could give it a go. And actually it wasn't too bad. I do find it sort of the only way I could describe it, it tasted like a very floral kiwi. But it wasn't bad. And then I actually did try some guacamole with like fried egg and like stuff on toast. So it's like I'm not at the point where I could just eat like slices of avocado. So I was like, I'll start with something I know I will eat. No worries, Maylee. Welcome in and feel free to lurk. I hope work is going okay. Chocolate and chili is amazing, but only with a light touch of chili. That is fair. Yeah, I have had like chili chocolate before, and that wasn't nice. It was just an overwhelming. Like it was a chili covered in chocolate. No. It wasn't good. But yeah. I mean, I have the chocolate open. Say that, I put it in the colour. I do have the chocolate open. I'm kind of in half of mind putting some in. But I have done it before, and I'm not sure if I really noticed the difference. But then in fairness, I didn't taste any before I put the chocolate in, so I'm not sure if I would have known. Okay, just gonna turn this up a little bit, because although the meat is cooking, the water is not draining off. And we do want some of that to drain off so it browns up, because it looks a little bit pale and sad. Bought chai chili biscuits and they were way too spicy, quite unpleasant. Oh, that's a shame. It sounds like one of those things where it could actually be really, really nice if it's done properly. And it sounds very much like they were not. That is such a shame. So I feel especially with some of those things, it's like, my biggest problem with the food things is a lot of times, like, if I'm trying something new and it's not nice, that will then immediately put me off of trying a different brand. Like, even if I know it's like, okay, well, it might just be this one. I'm just like, nah. I don't fancy trying that. I was at a friend's house for dinner and they were like, oh, have you tried kombucha? And I was like, well, I have tried it, but the only experience I have of it was it tasted like pure vinegar with a little bit of like fruity flavour to it. It wasn't nice. And they were like, oh, this actually does taste nice. And so I tried some and it was actually really good. And I was like, man, if I'd had this first, I would definitely have had a more positive experience. But yeah, hopefully future experiences with chai or chili biscuits won't be as intolerable, because those do not sound nice at all. Die about the chili, they would be amazing. Yeah, like, the thing is as well, I feel that chilies especially can have such a nice flavour. Like there is a nice flavour that chilies can have, and I don't feel that is always sort of used very much. It's always just, oh, we're going to put chili in it to make it spicy, and it's like, yeah, you can. I don't know why you would, because there's so much better uses for it. slowly trying to sort of tidy up as I go along. Scales back. Don't need those. Thinking my poor tin opener might need to retire soon. Or I need to really give it a good scrub because it's gone very rusty. I don't think I needed the extra iron in my food. Okay. Water's starting to cook off now, so that's good. Not a kombucha fan. I was shocked by the taste of it. Yeah, it is. It is a very specific taste, I will say that. Like, when I tried it again, one that my friend gave me, it didn't have that really vinegary aftertaste. It just tasted like a really nice fizzy raspberry drink, which is great because I love raspberries. But yeah, I can't remember even what the brand is, but I think it was the very popular brand that is in the shops, or at least one of them. It was one very specific one, and yeah, it tasted nice to begin with, and then just gives you like such a horrible acidic, like vinegary aftertaste, and it was just like, no. I actually have a raspberry vinegar in the cupboard, and it tastes a lot nicer to drink neat. So yeah, I think it is one of those things. It's just unfortunate, really. There's a comfort one, isn't it? Suddenly got very dark in here. Nearly cooked off all the liquid. I've got the tomatoes ready, I've got the beans ready, and then we just throw those in, and then needs a little dash of water in there with the spices. I should probably actually check the packet. Oh, okay, so you actually mix this in with the water. That makes sense, because then it distributes a bit better. So we need 150 ml of water. There we go. The only thing I don't have to add to this is any lime juice. I have grapefruits, I have lemons, I even have some like frozen lemon and orange juice. Do not have limes. I think I might have bought a lime ages ago, and it went very sad and shriveled. I think I got it because I was planning to make some cocktails or something. Never bought any of the ingredients to make the cocktails. This is the first time I'd heard of kombucha. Oh really? Use lemon juice. It'll be fine. Ah! It'll be fine. Yeah, I think I will put in a little bit. Because I imagine that especially as I'm using the oh, actually, interestingly, these do not have any sugar in them. I was assuming that it probably would, because it's a very cheap tin of chopped tomatoes, but actually, I might be alright. Just waiting for the liquid to boil off. This has actually gone a lot quicker than I was expecting. I'm not entirely sure what to do after this one, because the only thing that I had planned left is pizza, and that's not going to take very long. also have the other half of my pizza from last night, so I might put that in the oven. I'll do here's one I made earlier. Show off that pizza and then put it in so I can have that for lunch. I didn't have anything before I started, and I'm like, I'm smelling all of the food now and I'm really hungry. I'm just having a look now. If I try Lipton strawberry mint kombucha, is that like the real thing or cheating? You know, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, what I would say is, you know, if it's something that you want to try, definitely try it. If you do like it, that is awesome. If you don't like it, well, I'm done. In terms of like authenticity, probably not going to be. But I've never been much for you know, just don't worry about that stuff. I feel like it would be nicer in general if we had more options for like authentic foods over here. Like, well, personal one, I've been getting really into Korean tea. It's like a citron tea. You cannot get citrons over here. At least not without some serious digging. Like, even when I've gone to the Asian supermarket, they don't have them. Like, you can get a pre-made one, which is really nice. But it's not the same as getting like fresh and making it yourself kind of thing. I also want more options for proper authentic stuff. Yeah, glad you managed to find it in Shop Town. What's trying to? Yeah, I'm super happy I found it. The only problem is I've been drinking so much of it, I'm like, I don't know if this is actually going to last very long. The mass market can be true. If you like it, try stronger tasting ones. Yeah, exactly what Skate said. So it's sort of, you know, it's an intro level sort of intro drink. But yeah, it's all about preference really. Oops. Fine. No one saw that. Totally saw that. Okay, so we are going to add the packet mix to our water. Now, I'm not going to mix this up with the whisk. A, because it's still got chocolatey coconut on it, and B, because I don't want the taste of chili in my coffee. That is the only reason why I'm not doing that. That is the line that I'm going to today. Is I don't want my coffee to taste like chilies. So apparently onion gravy's fine. Okay, so we're gonna dump in the beans. So throw that in the sink. Gonna dump in the tomatoes. And then I'll throw that in the sink. Everything just goes in the sink. That is the storage area for today. And then I will dump in the spices. And I bet you can guess where this jug and the fork are going. should make enough portions for 4 people. So I shall get some decent portions out of this for myself. I would put most of it in the freezer. But I'll probably have some in the fridge for after I've eventually finished all of the pizza. Which, in fairness, could be a couple of days. Because they are huge. And when you see the size of the pizza tray, you'll know what I mean. First, I need to just mix this all together. There we go. That is our chilli, and that's going to bubble away for a little bit. I will read the rest of the seasoning instructions. Bring to the boil, stir continuously, cover, simmer for 20 minutes until thoroughly cooked. Okay. Well, just going to simmer that there, I guess. Cover that, simmer that for 20 minutes, so I'll set a timer. There we go. And actually, while that is simmering, I am going to go do the washing up because the sink, I don't know how well you can see, actually I'll stand that way. No, I think it's just over there. The sink is quite piled up now, so I'm going to do that while this is simmering for a little while. See, I can be sensible. I trust you, Sketty. I trust you. Getting very hungry now, but I'm about to go into a meeting. Been lovely chilling. See you soon. No worries, Sketty. I hope the meeting goes well, and I will see you soon. I will sort of point the camera a little bit further that way, just so you can sort of see the room, as it were. Not there to offer. Yeah. So I'm just gonna quickly blitz through that lot, so I can start on the next mess that we're gonna create when I do the pizza. Hopefully none of that falls down in the meantime. Just trying to get the camera to turn back on. Does battery actually go? What about half going? Ah, right. Okay, battery needs changing. I will be back in a second. Apologies for that. Fairness, I know staring at the kitchen while I was doing a washing up probably wasn't that interesting anyway. Okay, so we're going to just check this, give it a quick stir, see how it's going along. Water is virgin bottom pan. That's fine. In fairness, I did say that I wanted to brown the lids off, so that has been achieved. So while that is cooking, I'm going to put the oven on. I'm going to put the other half of this pizza in because I am very hungry. And I think once that's done, we've got about 6 minutes left on the chili. I think after that's done, I'll prepare the other pizza, cook that through, and then that is probably where we'll end today. So we'll get this on the pizza wall. So this is homemade pizza that I made yesterday. I made the recipe that I used made 2 pizza doughs, so that's why I got a second pizza. This one was sausage and mushroom. So that is going to go in the oven to warm up a little bit. Now is going to be my lunch. And then the next one that I'm going to make is tomato, mozzarella and pesto. And the tomatoes are actually my homegrown tomatoes, which I'm very excited to use. So we have a mixture. there is one beef tomato in there, and then there's some regular tomatoes as well. They are very tiny. Turns out it's not great weather up here to grow tomatoes and things. At least not when you're growing them on a balcony. It's very cold, very windy, and tomatoes love a lot of heat. So yeah, it's been alright, but it's not been massively successful. There are still a few on the tomato plants to pick, but they're not quite ripe yet, so I want to leave them for a little bit longer. But yeah, these are the ones that we have, and I'm still unsure whether or not to use the beef tomato, because I had initially been planning to use these to make burgers. And this is the only one that I've actually had of the two beef tomato plants that I've got. I think actually the other ones probably do, so I might just leave that for another day. I think I'll leave the lid off, despite what the recipe suggests. Despite what the recipe suggests, this is actually burning into the wrong pan, even when it's simmering, so I'm not sure leaving it with the lid on for 20 minutes is going to work. That's fine. This is a chilli I'll eat myself, but I definitely would not be offering it to guests. It is not the best chili, and the cooking instructions are in fact not helping that process. So what we want for the pizza is some cheese. So I do have some dairy-free cheese that I'm going to use, but I am also going to mix in a little bit of regular extra mature, because although this dairy-free one, how should I say that? Maybe we don't use that cheese. There is an ever so slight pink hue to it, so I don't think we're using that one. It has been in there for quite a while. Okay, we improvise. What I have here is some cheese cubes. Okay, that is the chili done. Yeah, let's turn it off. Wonderful. So we're just going to move that to one side. So I'm going to assemble the pizza over here. Yeah, so I do have some dairy-free cheese. It's just not the same. So I we'll also add some regular cheese in as well as the mozzarella. So there is our dairy-free cheese and our regular mozzarella. I sliced the mozzarella up yesterday because obviously I used some for the current pizza, which I'm just gonna put another timer on. So yeah, that mozzarella is going to go on this one. And I'm just gonna. I had some pre-cubed, well I said pre-cubed, I cubed it. I had some already cubed cheese in the fridge, so I'm going to just slice this up and then add this to the pizza as well. Because I am actually dairy intolerant, but I don't care. And unfortunately, dairy-free cheese is still not, it's just not good. Like, it just doesn't compare to real cheese. Which makes me very sad, because I would like to be able to eat it and go, oh yeah, that's great. Like, it's just like the real thing. I don't notice the difference, but unfortunately, I really do. And the taste is just not good enough that I would use it to replace cheese. Okay, so this is going to be a very cheesy pizza. There's like 3. I want to prep all of the topping, get the pizza out, or the pizza dough out, just because having it chilled sort of. I'm also using these tomatoes at the time because I think they were slightly over ripened before I actually picked them anyway, and they are very soft now. So I don't want to leave them too long. It would be a shame to waste them. Go. find somehow, by some miracles, you know. Oh, I've got a pizza ready for tomorrow. Okay, so we have our tomatoes. Have our cheese. And have our pizza dough. So it has shrunk a little bit, but this is the pizza that we are going to be making. It is a monster. He has been sat uncovered in the fridge, so he's developed a bit of a crust, which is good. Push some of the air out. Obviously, it's proved overnight because it's just. So he's very puffy. Have our pizza sauce. The pizza sauce is also one that I made. I actually made this, I think, last week. Didn't intend initially for it to be for pizza. I actually made it to have with some gnocchi balls, but I still had like half of one of these tubs left over of just the sauce. I purposely didn't cook the meatballs in it, so like I cooked up a batch of the sauce, and then like took some out for the meatballs, cooked those in it separately. But this is what it had left over, so like such a nice sauce, works so well with pizza, so that's why I ended up using it. It was initially just maybe cat under that. Was made from a jar of I think it was like tomato and herb sauce. So it was like a pre-made mixture, and then I added some herbs and some garlic and loads of bits to it. So it was a shop bought sauce to begin with. I just sort of added my own to it. Just need to sneeze. Can't even blame the pepper for that one. I haven't used it yet. Got some very fancy peppercorns, and my favourite thing. I don't know if it'll focus. Focus camera? No, not on me. Focus on. Yeah. So this is smoked sea salt with wild garlic, and it is amazing. When it comes to tomatoes, you should see that as well. Zoom the camera in for you. See the pizza. What we're here for, though, isn't it? Face it. Not here to look at me. Okay. Done. Up the oven, so that's fine. And we're gonna start with. I will put the pesto underneath the cheese. Just because I'm a little bit worried about this burning otherwise. I don't know what will happen with it. Don't want pesto over the entire thing. Sort of like just to have the sort of little pockets of it spread about. Put that there, and then assembling first. The dairy free. Dairy free is sort of just going to coverage. Give my very haphazard way of assembling pizza. This is actually only my second time of making it, really, so I am still learning the process. Oh, the camera's moving. Might not work zoomed in all the way. Yeah. The camera, bless it, is too heavy for most of the stands. So the trouble it has is on and gradually tilts over. Curse of it being a DSLR. Running out of room. I was like, oh well, this is like I did put some on the pizza yesterday. But I was like, oh, I don't want to add too much of them because basically this one is supposed to be a mozzarella, so I don't want to, you know. But that's fine. We are done with that one. We're then going to tomato. Might not use all of the tomato actually. Something with tomatoes later, I'm sure. Good amount. Covering the rest of our cheese. So we get nice, healthy. Lovely. Nah. Sit properly. Yeah. Hey, look at the pizza. Okay. Good to know. I'll move the pizza over there. Apologies. It is not the best stand for this. So need one with less flexibility. So that is our pizza ready to go in the oven. Other one went in for 15 minutes in the end. So that is what we will put this one in for. Just clear up a little. Lovely. Okay, so got 15 minutes on that timer. I will hang around for a little bit just so that we can sort of get out the oven. Yeah, just so you guys can sort of see the work that we have done today. But we have made chili there, which is just about cool enough to eat. We have our ice cream base, which, although is still quite hot, we'll hopefully be able to go into ice cream maker later on. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else that I could make today, unfortunately. stand around and wait. And take a quick drink. No, I forgot to do that all stream. I appreciate, obviously, people are probably lurking, but I suppose, yeah, if anyone wants to have a quick chat, ask any questions, or has any suggestions on future things that they would like to see me try and make, now is definitely the time, because we've got about 13 minutes before I get this pizza out and wrap up the stream. While I think about it, I do have some cookbooks which people are interested in, some recipes which I could actually go get. So I think these are the main ones. I do have a few other cookbooks, but they're not specifically sort of game related. But I do have these two, which I have been meaning to try some recipes out of. Kind of forgot that I had them, to be honest, despite the fact that they're literally sitting on the bookshelf behind me. But since I've started doing the cooking streams, I feel like it should be time that I actually pick these off the shelf and do something. Giolas? I don't know how to pronounce that one. Always a fun option. I will definitely have to Google what that is, but that does sound interesting. Yeah, so we've got the Stardew Valley cookbook. This is the official Stardew Valley cookbook. Any old cookbook. Feels apt because I think I can hear Stardew Valley's music playing at the moment. Oh no, this is actually, oh yeah, this is. My Spotify was like, no, it's Staxel. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Stardew. Yeah, so I've got Stardew, and I have the unofficial Sims cookbook. This one is slightly, I would say slightly less whelming. Just purely because some of them I feel like are pretty easy to find recipes, shall we say. So I don't know how well you can actually see any of those. But I will post pictures of the cookbooks on Discord. So if there's anything that you would like me to try, like I'll put all of the, I'll put the index pages on there, and then if there's anything that you guys want me to try, just shout one out. Hungarian stew. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into that. I'm very hit and miss on stews. I've never been a massive fan of stews, but I am trying to get more into stuff like that because obviously it's a lot easier to make. I have a slow cooker, so doing stews and things is really useful because it means I can literally just throw the slow cooker over there, chuck everything in it, and then forget about it for like several hours, which is great because that is exactly how my brain works. But yeah, so that was the Sims one, and this is the Stardew one. To find everything in it. Don't think we have one. So yeah, this will just be the index. But there's loads of ones in here. There's I got like the, well, it tells you the contents there. So it goes through all of them in order, which I love. Obviously think that's blackberry cobbler, which looks amazing, and I need to make that. Yeah, it's just got so many different things in here. Like fiddlehead risotto. Just incredible. I'm gonna stop looking through that because I'm getting distracted. Yeah. Also, I'm kind of half and half on it, and obviously for our resident Americans in here, let me know your thoughts. Obviously, being in England, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but whenever I see all of the foods and everything for it, they look so amazing, and I really want to try my hand at making some of those things, like pecan pie and like stuff like that. I have like 2 tins of pumpkins as well that I still haven't used, which hopefully is still in date, but it's tinned. Go off, right? So I was thinking this year of maybe sort of doing my own Thanksgiving-esque dinner around about that time, but I don't really know if that would be considered, you know, appropriation. I know obviously there is a lot of, you know, stuff around that these days. I don't know if it works in that way, because I'm not exactly appropriating the holiday as such, but just I'm not taking on any Thanksgiving customs, but more of a celebration of the food in general. But I don't know if people would be interested in seeing that. Seeing me try and do a stream of that, or you know what they would feel about it, because like I say, we don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving over here, but I do definitely want to celebrate the food. I've got a few bits here and there that I could definitely obviously it's still quite far away, but you know, sort of in terms of festivities, I likely be doing my hand at a Christmas dinner stream. I don't know how successful that will be, because for me, Christmas dinner is a lot of food. I don't care if I am single, I don't care if I'm the only person in this household. I will be making a stupid amount of food, and I will be eating the leftovers for the rest of the entire week, because that is my tradition. I've already started collecting some stuff, and I think I worked out I have about 6 jars of minced meat. I might have a problem. They were reduced, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I like a bargain. So I will absolutely be making a lot of mince pies, and I distribute those to a few people. But yeah, other than that, there will most definitely be some theme of immense amounts of food going on, and that's partly why I'm trying to run the freezer down so that I have enough storage, so that I can obviously store all of the raw ingredients, but then store the leftovers, so I'm not just, you know, I'm not one of those people that wastes food for content. Like, I'm not just gonna make up a bunch of food and then throw it away. Like, everything that I make on here, I do eat. Even if it stays in the freezer for a couple of months afterwards, it is still getting used, getting distributed to other people if I take it with me to, you know, give to friends and stuff. So yeah, when it comes to Christmas, to me it is all about food. So I wanna preface that at this time, and I'll probably say it then. But hopefully people won't be too horrified about the amount of food that I am planning to make. But yeah, obviously we've still got things like Halloween get through first, so I'm not too bothered about that. Like, not too bothered about the Christmas stuff for now. But there are definitely plans in the works, shall we say. And I'll probably do something for Halloween. At the very least, I might make some Halloween themed cupcakes. Cake. You want to cook a fun meal? Cook a fun meal. A lot of people do Friendsgiving, where they invite friends to a meal. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I do like that idea. Like I say, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to step on my American friends' toes, you know. But also, I just really do a peek at my face, so definitely to make that. And a Friendsgiving sounds fun. Got a couple more minutes on the pizza. Just gonna check it. Definitely smell pesto, so I know it's cooking. But I just want to make sure it's not burning. I would say that pizza is good. That looks amazing. I am so sorry that I can't just post this through the screen for you guys, because it smells amazing, it looks amazing. Got a couple minutes before it's actually ready, and I can't wait to show it off on the stream. And then that will be our ending shot. I'll make sure to take a picture of it so that I can update the BRB slideshow. I did find a couple of pictures to add to. I confess that I am one of those people that takes photos of my food, but also I like food, which is why I do these cooking streams, because it gives me an excuse to make some. And I get to chat with you all at the same time. So really, it's a win-win. And it's a win-win-win, because not only do I get to make the food, I get to chat to you guys, but I then get to eat the food afterwards. So yeah, works all in my favour. And none in yours, because you get to watch the food being made, suffer through listening to me waffle the whole time, and then you don't get to enjoy it. So yeah, I apologise, you guys definitely get the rough end of the stick. Okay, so this is the pizza ready. Wipe all of the flour off the surface, because I don't want to bake the flour onto the induction. Don't know why I'm using these. Look at that. I'm trying not to tilt it too much because I don't want to slide off the right. That is a heckin' damn fine pizza. I'm gonna be honest. It is a damn fine pizza. For a second attempt, that is pretty good. The tomatoes are cooked in and not burnt. Using less of the dairy-free cheese has helped, because it doesn't, like, obviously you can see where the cheese is on here. The dairy-free one sort of almost goes clear. It's really weird. It sort of goes like a gel. It's very odd. It still tastes alright, but it's very odd. So I like that I've sort of distributed enough of the real cheese and the mozzarella to still make it look like there's actually cheese on the pizza. Yeah, and that doesn't look like any of the pesto has burnt, so that is excellent. all of the Americans I know at least would be excited you want to make Thanksgiving-esque meal. Recommend if you're doing Friendsgiving, each person bring a dish if they can. That part is really fun. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I will see if any of my local friends will be interested in joining for a Friendsgiving. I wouldn't imagine they'll be on stream, so I will probably like make my portions of the food and then like either sort of have that as like the Friendsgiving prep day or do it ahead of time on the day as a stream. So obviously you guys will still get to see the stuff. I get to make and my friends get to, you know, stay private. Don't have to be performing on stream. So yeah, I guess watch this space for the seasonal ideas. Probably post a few things on the Discord, especially if I find any recipes and I'm like, I don't want to do everything. But I might sort of leave that up to like, hey, pick a couple of these recipes and, you know, whatever gets the most votes is the one that I'll make, kind of thing. Just so that I'm not making a ridiculous amount of food, especially as I know it's not then that long till Christmas and I don't necessarily want to still be eating the leftovers. But yeah, so that is where we are gonna wrap up for today. Pizza is done. The chili is sat cooling on the side. We have, technically down there on the table, is the ice cream. Actually, I can pop it up here so that you can see what we made. It doesn't look very appetizing right now, but it will look absolutely delicious once it's churned and frozen. But it's still a bit too warm to go in the mixer. So yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you have all enjoyed the stream. Like I say, I will I've forgotten where I put them, the recipe books. I'll post up what recipes are actually in these in the Discord at some point. So if you are in the Discord and you would like to see like if you'd like to see the recipes and see what we might pick for a future stream, yeah, make sure to check when I post those. I've still forgotten to actually set up a command for the Discord, so apologies. And I've also got nothing to type on currently, so just going to check. Yeah, nothing that I can actually like click onto. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm not gonna do a raid just simply because I want to go eat, and it takes a little while to pack everything away. So I wouldn't actually be able to sort of get in there for the raid anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you again next Thursday at 12. I may be doing a cooking stream or I might be playing some games. It sort of depends on the day that I'm having, and especially at the moment where the temperature's being too warm. It's very hot in here, which is why I want to run away. Yeah, we'll either be doing more cooking or we'll be doing a loft, but that will be 12 p.m. GMT +1. And yeah, that'll be next Thursday. And trying to sort of keep more of a consistent schedule on those. So yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next week, hopefully. Bye for now.